This is the most compelling trade in the market right now. Opendoor is up 400% this year, backed by a massive quant firm, and has confirmed a game-changing Bitcoin strategy. Yet, the average Wall Street analyst still has a sell rating. I'm going to show you the Carvana playbook that could lead to a 100x return, and the critical support zones that you need to look out for before you bet against this trend. Let's dive into the future of real estate and Opendoor Technologies. Now, the main reasoning as to why Opendoor exploded recently can be summed up in two words: real estate and crypto. CEO Kaznajian publicly confirmed that they intend to accept cryptocurrency for home purchases. Now, the reaction was that the stock jumped over 14% in a single day, trading on massive volume. This move was amplified by a much bigger and more aggressive thesis, the Carvana parallel. The 100x bet by Eric Jackson, the founder of EMJ Capital, is publicly stating his belief that Opendoor could be the next Carvana, predicting a potential 100x return on the stock. Jackson was an early supporter of Carvana when it was near bankruptcy and saw the stock achieve a significant rally. Now let's look at the technicals of Opendoor. As you can see here, we are on a weekly chart, and the main reasoning to that is that I want to see the IPO price, which is very important, especially for these meme stocks. So as you can see here, the stock IPO'd or had its initial public offering on the 15th of June of 2020, around 5 years ago. And ever since then, we are barely starting to break even. So if you invested in this name, you are starting to barely, make some money, right? Obviously, it did nothing for 5 years. But as you can see, it sold off quite aggressively. But ever since these lows that it made, right, around 50 cents, the company was really close to going bankrupt, right? We've seen a very explosive move right here, which, suggests a very intense upside. So ever since that low, we've been up around 1,800% on this stock, which is just absolutely amazing, right? It just shows how much intensity there's been on this name and, institutional backing. But as you can see here now, you might be asking yourself, well, how can I enter this name, right? How do I not miss out on this extensive move? Well, simply by looking at the chart here, we see that we are well above now the 200 EMA, which is this black line, show that the longer term trend is now shifting to bullish. And as well, we are well above the 50 EMA, which is a good sign here. I think ever since we went above it, like we closed here, these candles like around the 28th of July, that was the actual buy. It was showing that there was some type of shift. Obviously, we were gonna find obviously some short-term resistance at the 200 because it's been a very important, trend shift. But right now the stock's looking pretty good. So what we're going to simply do and measure if the buyers are winning or not is using an anchored VWAP but from the IPO, which will allow us here pretty much from the 15th of June of 2020 to show, are the buyers winning? And if we are above it, as we are, then the buyers are winning. And this shows a very important confluence zone that will be important if the stock does pull back. So we can see here that we obviously had a very extensive move, right? And I do expect a pullback quite soon, right? Because we're pretty extended here on the stock. So I do expect that the stock can find some support at the level here. It's going to be forming confluence with the 200. So around this zone, around $5.50. If you do pull back here on Opendoor, we've been seeing some exhaustion here, like the volume on the bottom. As you can see, right, this leg up has been seeing increasing volume, but now we're going up, right? The price action is going up, but yet like the volume is, declining, right? It shows there's some a little bit of weakness, right? Maybe some profit taking, right? If I was holding this name since 60 cents, obviously I'd be taking some profits, right? So it makes sense if we do see a pullback. So I expect a area of support actually around this $5 zone. And if we are even deeper, then I do expect one here on the 50 EMA, so around the $3.23 zone, which will allow Opendoor to go up, especially here. So after that, I believe that we will be seeing something like the following. So if I just take these off right here, I believe that, let's say we find support here, right? So let's say we pull back, right? So we pull back, we find a little of that, and then we undercut this, right? This is where the buyers will be found, and then we'll see higher highs, higher low, and then we see that bounce, right? So this continuation and break above this prior area of resistance again would then confirm that this low right here was a low, and this gives us just more confidence to go long the name, right? You can even go big share size, right? You can go, 1,000 shares, and a simple profit all the way towards the price targets that we have can, well exemplify the gains, right? For, I'd say, more of a swing trade, right? Because this name has been very profitable for those swing traders and also day traders, right? But you just get more of a magnitude of the move if you swing trade this name. So I do believe the stock has potential to go if it does break this area and does have that, support level, that kind of like, jump, right? I kind of see stocks as like, some type of gravitational force, right? We go up, but eventually have to come back down and then bounce again. So that's how I kind of see it. Here, more of a physics aspect here, but I do see the stock going towards the level of $26, which is very good upside, and towards the highs here, the break of around $40. So those are going to be my two price targets on the stock, and we are currently at around $8.91, so around $9. But I do see the stock, if we do go towards that level, then simply that's around to $25, 200% upside, which you more than double your money on this one, and towards there almost 400%. So it's just a lot of amazing upside, and I would personally put my stop around this low once it forms even below this low right here, because it's trending and there's a lot of upside. And like I said, right, so my price targets on Opendoor are going to be towards $25 and $40. If we do come back and test, we find some support around these zones, and we break above this area of resistance around 1050, then the stock has a lot of upside. And now something that even adds more confluence to our bullish thesis is the options market, right? What is the derivatives market telling us about this stock? Well, simply looking here, we have the call volume, which is the bullish bet, so that you're betting on the stock going up. And the put volume, which is, you're betting on the stock going down, right? So we see here that the nearest expiration date for this is the 10th of October, but we have the call volume being higher than the put volume. So that means that we are seeing higher, bullish upside being projected on this stock currently, which is very good, right? As well, the next expiration, same thing, the call volume's higher, same thing for the 31st of October, and then the 7th as well, same thing, and it keeps going, right, all the way here. So there is pretty much a lot of bullish sentiment being priced into the stock, and the call volume on all these overall expiration dates all the way towards the 21st of January of 2028, we are seeing that there is more call volume than put volume. So there is more bullishness being priced into the stock, which just gives us more confidence that this can be a potential 100x stock. And there you have it. With Opendoor being the next potential Carvana, is Eric Jackson correct? Well, only time will tell. Apart from that, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel to get more insights like this, as well as give the video a like. And remember, don't let the markets whip you guys out. I'll see you guys on the next one.